When Emma married Daniel, she thought their love was strong enough to last forever. They had been together for nearly 8 years, through struggles, joy, and quiet evenings that felt like home. But like many relationships, time brought distance. Daniel became busier with work, and Emma found herself reminiscing about the past more often than she should have. She kept a hidden folder on her laptop, filled with old photos from her first marriage, pictures that reminded her of who she once was, not necessarily who she missed. But one wrong move turned those memories into the reason her world collapsed. It happened on an ordinary Saturday morning. Daniel was searching for a work document on the shared computer while Emma was out grocery shopping. He wasn't snooping, but curiosity got the better of him when he saw a folder named Memories. It seemed innocent enough. Inside, however, were photos that stopped his heart. Pictures of Emma and her ex-husband, smiling, embracing, and even exchanging wedding vows. The timestamps showed they had been saved just a few weeks earlier. Daniel sat frozen in disbelief. He scrolled through each image, his chest tightening as confusion turned into anger. He didn't know what to think. Was she still in love with her ex? Was she hiding more than just photos? He had trusted her completely, and now, all that trust felt shattered. When Emma returned home, she sensed something was wrong the moment she saw his face. "Daniel, what's wrong?" she asked, placing the groceries on the counter. His voice was cold when he replied, "I found your secret folder." Emma's heart dropped. She didn't need to ask which one. "It's not what you think," she began, but Daniel cut her off. "Then tell me why you're keeping pictures of another man, your ex-husband, hidden from me." His words stung deeper than any slap could. Emma tried to explain that those photos weren't about love or longing. They were part of her past, memories she hadn't deleted because they reminded her of how far she had come. "I just couldn't bring myself to erase them," she said softly. But Daniel's trust was already broken. "You had to hide them. That says everything." He walked out of the room, leaving her in tears. That night, Daniel didn't sleep in their bedroom. He stayed in the guest room, his mind replaying every moment of their marriage. He thought about the laughter, the promises, the moments he thought they were unbreakable. Now he saw everything differently. Every hesitation, every quiet look from her felt like a lie. He couldn't shake the image of her smiling beside her ex-husband. Over the next few days, Daniel barely spoke to her. Emma tried to fix things, writing long messages explaining her feelings, but he stayed distant. When she walked into the kitchen one morning, she found a sealed envelope on the table, divorce papers. Her hands trembled as she opened them. At the bottom was Daniel's signature. She ran to him, pleading for a chance to talk, but his expression stayed calm, almost resigned. "I already called my lawyer," he said. "I can't live with someone who keeps their heart in the past." Those words hit her harder than anything she'd ever heard. "It wasn't love, Daniel. It was nostalgia," she whispered through tears. But he shook his head. "It doesn't matter. You hid it from me. You lied by silence." The house that once echoed with laughter became quiet. Emma watched Daniel pack his things slowly, methodically. She wanted to scream, to beg him to stay, but she knew it wouldn't matter. The damage was done. The trust was gone. Sometimes, she realized, betrayal isn't about cheating in the physical sense. It's about emotional secrets, the kind that fester in silence. After he left, Emma sat alone in their empty living room, the faint hum of the refrigerator the only sound. She opened her laptop and stared at the folder that had started it all. With a trembling hand, she selected every file and pressed delete. The photos disappeared, but the emptiness stayed. It wasn't the pictures she mourned, it was the life she'd lost because of them. Weeks passed, and the divorce went through quietly. Daniel didn't shout or fight. He simply disappeared from her life, taking with him the warmth she had once known. Emma tried to move on, but every room in the house reminded her of his absence. She thought about how one small secret had destroyed years of love and trust. One evening, she received a message from Daniel. It wasn't long, just a few words. "I hope you find peace." she replied with, "I already had it. I just didn't realize until it was gone." That was the last they ever spoke. In time, Emma came to understand that love isn't only about honesty in words, it's about transparency in the heart. She had never meant to betray Daniel, but hiding her past had built a wall between them she couldn't see until it was too late. Now, when she thinks about that folder, she doesn't see memories. She sees a lesson. Secrets, even innocent ones, can be louder than lies. And sometimes, the past doesn't just stay behind you. It follows until it tears the present apart.